to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know.
We're Craig and Kirsty, a British couple who got married on a beach in 2018. And instead of a honeymoon, we decided to travel the world together. And so we created Tied Knot Travellers. We left our home and jobs behind us and boarded a one-way flight. But the global pandemic caused us to rethink our travel plans. So we spent 6 months exploring Estonia. Now we're finally continuing our travels, taking a new route and exploring some of the Greek islands. Between us, we have visited 52 countries, and we'd love you to join us as we continue our travels and explore the world.
With the lights out, down with my own doubts. Be free with me. Be free.
Right, that's it. We're all packed up. We're ready to leave Kefalonia behind, this beautiful island. We've had a few great weeks here. We've really enjoyed it. But it's time to go on to our next destination.
Really going to miss this view and really going to miss all the cats, especially Daisy.
But we're up super early, and given that it's so difficult to travel internationally at the moment, we're staying within the same country, but we're heading to a different place. But for now, we need to get the hire car back and head to the airport. Let's go. Goodbye, apartment. Until next time. Go on, Daisy, you're coming with.
Final time of ejecting her from my apartment.
Ciao. We successfully dropped our hire car back, and while we were there we found out that our flight, which originally was supposed to be at 2:45, we found out yesterday the flight had been changed to
12:15.
Around 12:15. So we've got up early, got here to the airport, dropped our car back, and then the guys told us that it's been moved back to 2:45. Potentially. So there's conflicting information from the websites, and we don't know what's happening. All we do know is that at the car hire place, he said about 10 people have called in to delay dropping their cars back because the flight's been pushed back. So we have no idea what's going to happen, but we're at the airport now. We're about to find out.
We had a power cut this morning, so we couldn't check for ourselves. We checked last night and it was all normal, and then apparently this morning it's all changed. But
we're here at the airport now. We're about to find out what's happening. 12:15 to Athens, it's still saying, so looks like it's still going ahead. Maybe all those other people were flying back to the UK or something.
Phew, so it is going at 12:15 and we got here at exactly 10:15. Perfect timing.
High five.
And our cases were the right weight this time.
Hopefully this is going to be a much more straightforward journey. If I could put my hands together, I would. We're through to departures already. That has to be the easiest car drop-off and airport check-in experience we've had so far. It's going to be famous last words now I've said that. Considering we have a connecting flight to catch after this. I'm pretty sure the guy at the car hire place, understandably, would have been thinking we were heading back to the UK, because let's face it, who would be trying to travel the world right now, given the current circumstances? flight's on time for 12:15 and we're through security, and we're going to probably get some breakfast and crack out the computers and do a bit of work. What are you doing?
Got a few more mosquito bites. Every single night when we went to bed in our room, you could just hear so Craig was like tormented by them and hopping off out of bed in the middle of the night to try and kill these mosquitoes. We have no idea how they kept getting in. But yeah, I mean, the bites are annoying, but I'd still say they are nowhere near as bad as the Estonian mosquitoes. Those bites were another level. These are just regular amount of annoyance.
We booked our rental car for our next destination online last night. I think it was with Go Rental Cars. We had the booking confirmation through and everything seemed fine. And then we woke up to an email this morning saying that the booking had been cancelled because the payment was declined, which it was paid using a card that we've used so many times and never had any issues. But anyway, I just called Go Rental Cars and they said, oh yes, I can see it's been declined. And she was like, oh, would you like to rebook? And I was like, yes please, exactly the same pickup, same destination, etc. She then quoted me a price. We were going to pay €60 and she quoted me £129. How does that work? I have no idea. Who would have thought when we left home to travel the world in March that travel in airports would look like this in 2020? Absolute ghost town. Admittedly, this is a small airport, but still, it's very quiet. You can see the seats have markings on not to sit there, so you have to sit on every other seat.
You are kindly requested to maintain safety distances and use protective masks throughout your stay in the airport.
Our flight has just arrived and apparently we need to board very quickly because there's been disruption because of strikes today. Här är det.
They're trying to board us super quick, so it's not just a pandemic, there's strikes to deal with as well. But we're boarding on time and the flight is due to leave at 12:15, so hopefully,
good?
Yeah, hopefully it'll be good.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out, down with my own doubts. Be free with me. Be free.
Flight number 1 done, onto the bus and get some lunch in the terminal and wait for a few hours. And just like that, we're back in Athens and we're looking for our connecting flight up on the departures board.
0358.
Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, 6:30 and it is currently 20 to 2. So we've got a few hours to burn. We're going to go and get some food and do some work, get on top of things. I hope the Wi-Fi here is good and doesn't limit you to an hour or something. Let's go and find someone.
Found ourselves a little spot for lunch and we're going to be here for the next probably 4 hours or so. Cappuccino and this roll which had bacon in, which I took out, which Craig will probably have. Egg, cheese, tomato, lettuce roll. 2 of these came to €10, so obviously airport prices, but we're going to be here for a while, so Craig's yet to go find his lunch, so who knows how much his will cost. It's nice and quiet and spacious and hopefully we can get some work done, so cheers Athens.
We've been at Athens Airport for a few hours now. There was due to only be a couple of hours stopover, but obviously with our flight earlier being moved to an earlier time, we've now been here for 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, it's been pretty peaceful.
Yeah.
Got left to it, just sat there and did some work.
Had some lunch.
Yeah, and now we're headed to the gate to get our second flight.
It's got a lot busier
Yeah.
in the time that we've been here, but here's our gate. With how travel is these days, we've been leaving it as late as possible to book any flights because we've already had the hassle earlier this year of cancelling everything once everything's been booked already. So we booked this flight literally less than 48 hours before departing. The journey this morning from Kefalonia here to Athens was less than an hour, and we flew with Olympic Air, who are okay. There's slight differences on board. It was a small flight and we were given a food bar to eat and some water.
So after booking our flight less than 48 hours before we were due to leave, we woke up the next morning to find out that both of the parts of the flight that we booked were changed. It changed from what would have taken us 3 hours to get from Kefalonia to where we're going to taking us all day, because the first flight got moved forward. So rather than us leaving at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and arriving at 6 in the evening, we ended up having to leave at midday, and we're not going to get there till about 8 o'clock. So it made a 3-hour journey into an 8-hour journey. But you know, there's much worse things happening. So far, the flights that had been rescheduled have gone as they're supposed to. So, you know, 8 hours is not bad, really.
And add on top of that, there's been some strikes apparently as well, so hence there was real urgency for the flight to leave promptly earlier. We haven't seen any problems so far, but it's a really nice modern airport actually. It feels like they've recently renovated it. People aren't quite boarding yet, but we're keeping an eye on it. Something else that we've noticed the difference in, they're really pushing this boarding certain seat row numbers at a time,
which is really good.
So our flight is due to leave in 34 minutes.
Be free with me. Be free. Be free with me. Not looking back, eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde, a classic cliche. We're on the run, this is what we waited for. Oh yeah, take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out, die with my own doubts. Be free with me. Be free. Be free with me. Be free.
Evaristo. Ciao. In Santorini! Yay! A new place for both of us.
Be free with me. Yeah, let's go. Be free with me. Oh, come on and let's go. Let's be free.
Bag number 2. Boom.
That was quick.
It's been a really smooth travel day all in all, to be fair. Apart from the initial change of time in flight, it's all been very smooth sailing. Hope I haven't jinxed it now for the car hire, but yeah, pretty grateful for the travel day we've had so far. Let's go and explore Santorini. Europe car, there it is. Go wifey.
Got ourselves our new car here in Santorini, little Citroen C1, nice blue. I like it, and it's convertible and it's an automatic, which is really handy when you're vlogging. And with steep roads because we're in Santorini, which is a volcanic island. I'm excited to explore in this little blue car. Actually, this whole process has been really easy. Flying in and around the Greek islands has been a dream, actually, apart from obviously them delaying flights and moving flights around, but that's to do with the pandemic, I think. So, but yeah, super easy. And then our car pickup's been super easy. Fingers crossed this luck continues. Yay!
Suntan, here we come.
Nighttime.
Nighttime, here we come. And we've arrived at our apartment. We've just got to get in contact with the hosts and try and find out which one it is, but we're pretty sure that's it there.
We've arrived at our accommodation here in Santorini at Kefalonia. Follow me, I'll show you. So cute. So here is our new humble abode, Artemis. Our cute little apartment. It's got such a Greek feel, but it's all newly refurbed, matching and spacious. This is really spacious for us. And then we've got table, work table, or as normal people call it, a dining table. And the hostess gave us a bottle of wine to greet us, as well as a little glass of wine as we arrived. I love the Greeks. They're just amazing people. And our hosts are just super friendly and lovely. And gorgeous little kitchen with everything that you need, which we've really struggled to find. A lot of places just have either a stovetop or an oven, and it's really great to have both. And all important, coffee machine. And how beautiful the whole kitchen is. It's all been done just recently during the pandemic. The owners have just basically got to work and made it all really nice. We had no idea. Good use of the time, and we are going to enjoy it. And then there's this cool little chill out area, which actually both of these are spare beds. So, you know, not that we need spare beds because we've got a double bed in there. And we've got a balcony straight there. It's dark, so you're not really going to see much there. Okay, that's like a side view balcony. And then, if Craig doesn't just trip over the table, and then we have our bedroom, just like a little oasis. They've done a really lovely job. And they made this as well. Actually made this. Like, it's so Greek looking. I love it. And then the balcony there in the lounge area actually links round. So we've got basically a dual aspect balcony from our bedroom, and we have a sea view. Again, it's dark, so you might not see it. Our sea view balcony. Pretty sure we're going to come here and have breakfast in the mornings and coffee. Actually, the owners of the accommodation live just across from us, and they've invited us for coffee in the mornings as well, so I think we're going to like it here. Maybe we'll stay here a little while longer. Perhaps we can extend. So yeah, welcome to Casa de Kirsty and Craig a la Santorini.
Join us next time as we explore Santorini's famous postcard village of Oia, with its narrow streets, blue domed churches and stunning views over the Caldera, before finishing the day watching the sunset at Akrotiri lighthouse. If you can't wait that long, head over to our Instagram at Tide Not Travellers for daily updates on what we're currently up to and what's coming up in our future videos.